I haven't been in the coldness in a minute. I haven't even trained in the coldness in a minute, so I feel though this will help me.
The better Gervonta Davis, come out this time. I certainly hope we do.
Gervonta Davis has returned to training camp ahead of his August 16th rematch with Lamont Roach in Las Vegas. Following their controversial draw earlier this year, Davis is intensifying preparations to reassert his dominance in the highly competitive lightweight division. Tank Davis is determined to silence his critics in the upcoming rematch against Lamont Roach. With his legacy at stake, he's pushing himself to the limit in training camp, sharpening his power, speed, and strategy to prove to the world he's still the top fighter.
People keep saying like Lamont dang near like beat Tank like clean. Like basically like we seen it like yeah, he did Tank that one, but like Tank was limping out the ring. Bro, he didn't even get over on Tank for real. Y'all only saying that because Tank took the knee. And when Tank took the knee, it wasn't how like Ryan Garcia was when he took the knee once Tank went to his body. It was like, dang, like, let me take the knee and get right back up. Can you do that in boxing? No. But y'all can't say that basically that, oh yeah, he won because of the knee. That shows that people just want to see Tank lose, bruh. Because y'all betting y'all money on basically Tank losing because of that knee. Yes, it was a good fight. Yes, I'm not gonna lie. Lamont was defending himself like he's skilled. But bro, he ain't walk all over Tank. Tank, bro. If y'all go back and watch the highlights, I just watched the highlights last night. Them last couple of rounds, bro, Lamont was balled up. Tank was literally, he was trying, like you could tell Tank, dang, I waited too long. So he was trying to throw some stuff like to make sure he get that one blow, but it didn't work. So that's why he's doing that rematch so they can start over from scratch, round 1 to round 12. We're gonna start over clean and let's see what's going on now. Now y'all want to be saying, oh no, man, I ain't gonna lie. At the end of the day, the first fight is what matters. No, it don't. Tank, look, he willing enough to say, hey, bro, let's do a rematch. Now, if he ain't doing a rematch, he's like, oh yeah, something going on. Nah, hush, hush. Hey, Calvin, step to the side. Let me get somebody else right now. I'm gonna be hush. Let me get back in the gym and put my hat on, and we go at it again. I'm not gonna lie, I'm telling you, this version of Tank is gonna be dangerous, bro. If you know about boxing, come on, it is Gervonta Davis, bro. Dude is a beast. You think he finna walk around with that on his resume that he almost got cooked by Lamont Roach? Bruh, if he doing a rematch, he doing it for a reason. He's about to make an example out of him. I'm sorry to tell y'all. And Lamont, you're skilled, but the fact that you keep on trying to just pull that up, like that one knee. I beat him because of that one knee. You know, I don't care if he had grease in his eye or not. I whooped him because of that. Bruh, that's how you know he don't got confidence that he's a better fighter than Tank. The fact that he's trying to, because you know that chance comes once in a lifetime. That's why he's so big on trying to, go back and play the tape.
Jake Paul had confirmed that if Gervonta Davis wins his upcoming rematch against Lamont Roach, they will resume talks for a potential 10-round exhibition bout. Despite the major weight gap, Paul fights at cruiserweight, 195 pounds, and Davis at lightweight, 135 pounds. The matchup remains on the table. The fight was nearly finalized before being postponed due to Davis's controversial draw with Roach. If both Paul and Davis are victorious in their respective upcoming bouts, the long-discussed exhibition could finally take place later this year.
Me and Gervonta were scheduled to fight for sure.
How real or what was to it with you and Tank actually being a thing? Was that something that was talked about?
Yeah, no, it was highly talked about and in negotiations and almost ready to make happen, but he has to do his rematch with Lamont and get that W, and then we'll be able to run it back. But me and Gervonta were scheduled to fight for sure.
Tank Davis is leaving nothing to chance as he prepares for his rematch, teaming up with renowned trainer Kenny Ellis, one of boxing's most respected minds. Known for his discipline and keen attention to detail, Ellis brings a level of structure and intensity that's reshaping Davis's entire training camp. Under Ellis's guidance, Tank is refining his technique, improving his endurance, and eliminating the errors that cost him in the past. Ellis is expected to be in Davis's corner on fight night, ready to make real-time strategic adjustments. This partnership promises a sharper, more focused, and far more dangerous version of Tank Davis.
Ellis is one of the best trainers in boxing, second guy in the corner. Is responsible for a lot of the real tactical decisions and tactical analysis that goes on in Gervonta Davis's corner. So you have Coach Calvin, and Coach Calvin is the head trainer, and you have Coach Kenny, who really specializes on preparing game plans specifically for opponents. So to have him talk about what's going on with Lamont Roach, I thought was interesting and insightful, because what he said was that, one, he's not falling for the okie doke. When Mill City asked him, hey, what do you think about the fact that, that Lamont Roach was seen at a basketball game chugging a beer? And I would have added to the question that you see Lamont Roach out giving a bunch of interviews, doing the interview circuit, right? Kind of being a little bit out of character leading into the rematch.
Reuniting with Coach Calvin Ford brings a powerful energy to Tank Davis's camp. Their relationship runs deeper than boxing, built on years of trust and shared experience. Coach Calvin has been instrumental in shaping Davis's raw talent into a polished champion. Every major victory in Tank's career has had Calvin in his corner, quietly orchestrating success from behind the scenes.
Do you think, and this is what Mill City asked, do you think that is something you guys are taking in consideration in preparation for the fight? And what Kenny Ellis said was, look, man, we're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. We know what Lamont Roach brings to the table, and he says that Lamont Roach is, we're not believing that he's out there drinking or blowing up a bunch of weight and all of that. He says what most people say, hey, we're going to prepare for the best version of Lamont Roach that is going to, that'll come for us. But the way that he saw the fight coming out was he said he sees it like the fight before, a lot of really crisp shots landing. And the fight is going to be similar, but hey, the fight at the same time is going to be very different.
Lamont Roach knows his previous performance, though impressive, won't be enough this time. In recent interviews, he stressed how seriously he's taking the rematch. Acknowledging Tank Davis as a formidable opponent, Roach is preparing for every possible scenario. He's avoiding complacency or overconfidence, approaching this bout with fresh intensity and treating it as an entirely new challenge.
How many rematches have you fought? Never. What do you have to do to create enough separation where this don't happen again?
Whew, it's a good question. It's going to be based on my training camp. I have to push myself a little harder if that didn't give me the win. And I have room. I definitely have room. I'm not going to lie, I have room.
You believe you fought the best Gervonta, or do you think he got some more games?
100% full fact. I think he might have some more games, but I fought the best Gervonta tonight. I don't want people to get it misconstrued or whatever the case may be. He's a hell of an IQ, great punching power, good speed, and a really good boxing ability. A lot of people underrate that. Don't think because of what I did, y'all think y'all can just go in there and think y'all can have the same night, you know what I'm saying, or do the same thing. He still will go upside your head and crack you, and you know what I'm saying, you might end up on the floor. Everybody not built the same. And that's what people get messed up. He did a whole lot of things that was good in that fight. A whole lot. And I'm telling you, it wasn't as good of a fighter as he was. That would have been, you know what I'm saying? I would have steamrolled. Don't get that misconstrued. He's still the guy he is. It's just he ran into a guy that's on the same level.
This rematch is about more than just winning. It's about restoring Tank Davis's reputation in the boxing world. The first fight shocked many, as few expected a lesser-known contender like Roach to push a star like Davis to the limit. For Tank, this isn't just another bout. It's a test of identity. Is he still the feared force he once was, or has his dominance faded? The stakes couldn't be higher. A convincing win would silence critics and prove the first fight was just an anomaly.
Lamont Roach, he feels that he won. Like, do you think the best thing going forward, they should just run it back, have a rematch?
Oh, yes, most definitely. I think a rematch is definitely called for. and I think probably the sooner the better. So I would say, hey, let's work on a deal to where we could get in there within the next 4 to 5 months.
Yeah, I agree there.
In the first fight, it was evident that Davis wasn't at his best. His defense showed weaknesses, and his stamina faded in the later rounds. Roach capitalized on these flaws, landing shots that broke Tank's rhythm. The rematch now offers Davis a chance to either validate or erase those lingering doubts.
I don't know if Lamont Roach exposed weaknesses of Tank Davis. It very much reminds me of Rolly Romero versus Ryan Garcia. What Roach did, Rolly was doing the same thing. He ended up implementing it better against Ryan Garcia. Tank was having huge issues, and that's the black two sugars. Watch me call that fight. I started laughing. I couldn't believe it because all he was patient with good power. All Roach was patient. He stayed focused. That's why him drinking and partying and shit's messing with me, because he beat him here. He stayed so damn focused, and he knew when Tank was going to punch. He knew when not to punch, and when he countered Tank, he rocked Tank. Tank out-rocked at least twice that.
After the fight, Davis revealed he was battling inner turmoil. Mental exhaustion, emotional strain, and physical fatigue had all impacted his focus. He even hinted at seeking therapy and admitted he considered stepping away from boxing entirely to regain control of his life.
He wants to do therapy. He wants to do real estate. They want to say he wasn't all in because him and Roach are friends, and he's going to be focused for the second fight. A lot of excuses. They want to say it's because of the braids, the oil getting in his eye, whatever. This is what really happened. And I just now came to this conclusion because I've been making some other videos for Patreon, but Lamont Roach posted a video recently on
Boxing insiders have noted that Tank Davis's fall in the ring wasn't caused by a knockout punch, but by temporary vision issues from grease getting into his eyes. This small yet significant detail changes the narrative. While Roach had success, it wasn't the dominance some claim. Many fans and analysts believe that with sharper preparation and cleaner execution, Davis has all the tools to reverse the outcome and decisively flip the script in the upcoming rematch.
People keep saying like Lamont dang near like beat Tank like clean. Like basically like we seen it like, yeah, he did Tank that one, but like Tank was limping out the ring. Bro, he didn't even get over on Tank for real. Y'all only saying that because Tank took the knee. And when Tank took the knee, it wasn't how like Ryan Garcia was when he took the knee once Tank went to his body. It was like, dang, like we take the knee and get right back up. Can you do that in boxing? No. But y'all can't say that basically that, oh yeah, he won because of the knee. That shows that people just want to see Tank lose, bruh. Cause y'all betting y'all money on basically Tank losing because of that knee. Yes, it was a good fight. Yes, I'm not gonna lie. Lamont was defending himself like he's skilled. But bro, he ain't walk all over Tank. Tank, bro, if y'all go back and watch the highlights, I just watched the highlights last night. Them last couple of rounds, bro, Lamont was balled up. Tank was literally, he was trying, like you could tell Tank was like, dang, I waited too long. So he was trying to throw some stuff like to make sure he get that one blow, but it didn't work. So that's why they doing that rematch so they can start over from scratch round 1 to round 12. We're going to start over clean and let's see what's going on now. Now y'all want to be saying, oh no, man, I ain't going to lie. At the end of the day, the first fight is what matters. No, it don't. Tank, look, he willing enough to say, hey, bro, let's do a rematch. Now, if he ain't doing a rematch, it's like, oh yeah, something going on. Nah, hush, hush. Hey, Calvin, step to the side. Let me get somebody else right now. I'm going to be hush. Let me get back in the gym and put my hat on. And we go at it again. I'm not gonna lie, I'm telling you, this version of Tank is gonna be dangerous, bro. If you know about boxing, come on, it is Gervonta Davis, bro. Dude is a beast. You think he finna walk around with that on his resume that he almost got cooked by Lamont Roach? Bro, if he doing a rematch, he doing it for a reason. He's about to make an example out of him. I'm sorry to tell y'all. And Lamont, you're skilled, but the fact that you keep on trying to just pull that up, like that one knee. I beat him because of that one knee. I don't care if he had grease in his eye or not. I whooped him because of that. Bruh, that's how you know he don't got confidence that he's a better fighter than Tank. The fact that he's trying to, because that chance comes once in a lifetime. That's why he's so big on trying to, go back and play the tape. Just get back in the ring with him, go hands up, and let's see who comes out with the W. You don't want that. Because Tank, he know this Tank is scary. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna be so different with the Lamont and Tank next match. Nobody ain't ever got this version of Tank. Nobody. He was undefeated. You put a draw on his record. You gave him some interruptions in that fight. That's why he's gonna have to make an example, because he messed up Tank's resume a little bit. So in order for Tank to get that back, everybody's saying Lamont's the better fighter. He's going to have to make sure he shows it. And Tank knows well that he cannot mess with him.
Despite the final result, Tank showed promising moments in the early round of their first fight. His speed, precision, and counterpunching were clear before things fell apart. Experts like Andis believe these flashes prove Tank remains a serious threat. The rematch offers Davis a fresh start to begin strong and maintain consistency. His training camp reflects his seriousness. Every sparring movement is intentional. His footwork is smoother, reactions sharper, and punches more precise. The relaxed approach from the first fight is gone. Now, Davis treats every day like fight night, studying Roach's habits closely and practicing counters with focused precision to ensure no mistakes are repeated. Teddy Atlas recently praised Tank Davis for his impressive ability to adapt mid-fight. He highlighted how Davis never rushes, carefully choosing his moments. What sets Davis apart, according to Atlas, is his versatility. He can fight effectively at any range while staying dangerous thanks to his power and awareness. His calm demeanor and quick adjustments make him unpredictable and tough to beat.
Try to get to us, but we're going to frustrate him. He doesn't get frustrated. He takes his time. He's deliberate. You know, a lot of times at the beginning, people thought he was just a seek and destroy missile. They thought he was just a guy that got to you. And they thought that he would get over anxious. He don't get over anxious. He takes his time. He slowly crosses, closes those gaps. You know, inch by inch, step by step, and then he gets to you.
For Tank Davis, this fight is deeply personal. The draw in their first bout embarrassed him, wounded his pride, and cast doubt on his legacy. That frustration has stayed with him, driving every moment of his training. He's more focused, intense, and determined than ever. This isn't just about titles or rankings. It's a battle to restore his name and prove he still belongs among boxing's elite. Tank isn't just chasing another win. He's fighting to reclaim his reputation and silence the doubts once and for all.
We gotta talk about it. So, Tank officially came out and says that he wants to reach this rematch as early as May. Now, if that were to happen, Lamont Roach gets a second time to prove himself. Now, in my personal opinion, his stock has already risen. He is already known. But the fact that he went toe-to-toe with Tank on the decision that ended in a draw, whether he loses this second fight or not, won't even matter. Because he's directly in line to go against the Keyshawn Davis, the Shakur Stevens, etc., the Devin Haney's, etc. I can see him moving up and going against Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia or somebody like that. So many people to fight. Lamont Roach has definitely proven himself. But let's talk about something else, and that is the hairstylist situation. My humble opinion, I believe she should have been quiet. As a hairstylist, there was nothing for you to say. There was nothing for you to say. No fan in boxing is going to look at them like, I don't want to break my hair. No one would have said that. She hurt herself when she came out and publicly made multiple claims. All these receipts that no one needed, no one asked for, saying, oh, this and grease oil and who cares? Nobody even believes it. Sometimes it's best to remain quiet. But you guys let me know in the comments. Should she have remained quiet or should she have did what she did when she spoke up? Let me know.
According to Davis's team, they understood Roach's capabilities before the fight and built a strategy to exploit his weaknesses. However, things didn't go as planned. Now, instead of overhauling the game plan, they're focused on refining it. They believe the approach was solid, but lacked precision and execution. This time, they're correcting technical mistakes and applying more pressure at crucial moments. It's not about reinventing the strategy, but perfecting the one they trust to secure victory.
By Roach and Tank. What do you think the biggest surprise was in the fight?
It wasn't a surprise because we know Roach. It wasn't a surprise. Roach can fight. A lot of people think because a person is not popular, they don't exist. There's fighters out there that can rumble. They just got to get the opportunity, you know?
Speaking of rematches, Jalil Hackett is getting his opportunity again.
That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more updates and exciting content coming soon.